everybody. Welcome to CMJ Live. It's me. How you guys doing? It's Thursday, and I gotta tell you something. I didn't even know that the special lady was in town. She called me, and I'm super excited because we go back a long way. How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome,
How are you?
welcome. Please reintroduce yourself.
My name is Gina Hargitay. I was Miss Jamaica World, Miss World Caribbean in 2013.
That's right. And then just to give you some background to let people know, if they said, why does she look so familiar? Because we did a tour.
We did.
When you came from JN. Big shouts out to Gerald Johnson. Big shouts out to you. And then we toured. And I was just writing it all down. All the stuff we did. You went to Brookview to talk to the students.
Yes.
We did a walkathon.
Yes.
And then we went to bowling. We did bowling, a bowling tournament, and that was a great fun.
It was.
But you're back.
I'm back for the fourth time this time in Toronto.
Okay.
It's amazing, and it's crazy how much I've gotten to do while I'm here. Not only in Toronto, but we went to Ottawa as well. I got to give a speech at Ottawa or Ontario. I'm not familiar with Canadian geography. Some sort of capital.
Yeah.
And we went to I had a speech at the African American Cotillion.
Yes.
And also got recognized in Parliament by Senator Don Meredith, which is awesome.
Right. I saw the pictures and saw everything. But we're long friends.
Yes.
Okay. But I want people to know you. Yes. So let's backtrack. Go back in time.
Okay.
The reason I first met you because you had the title. You were a winner. Tell everybody what it was.
I mean, yeah, so I won Miss Jamaica World in 2013 and then went to Miss World in Indonesia and won the title of Miss World Caribbean.
Right.
And so kind of just took that as a platform to represent my country on a global scale and also use it as a platform to do public and motivational speaking,
right.
Especially with a view to young people and youth development, youth empowerment.
Right. So let's tell everybody, because I know everybody, all of our fans always want you to they want to hear it. What's your background?
My background?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Caribbean. Just tell them, everybody.
Oh, it's Jamaican, of course.
I know, but they want to hear it. Everybody.
But I said Miss Jamaica. What do you mean? What else is my background mean?
Here's the thing. Every time we have special guests, right? They always tweet me, and they always want to say, let her say what school she wants to represent. Let her say so what school did you go to?
I went to Marjam Prep School in Ocherius. Unfortunately, I was dragged away to London against my will.
Okay.
So I went to high school in London.
Okay, but that's all right. Everybody in Jamaica that went to that Automata, they're cheering right now. You know what I mean? They're on
Go
Facebook.
Marjam.
There you go. So let's go into your life then. So you went to school there.
Yes.
And then you went to
London.
How was that transition?
That was a really crazy transition for me. And I think my family in general, it is such a different vibe going from a Caribbean country to a first world country, as it were. And the culture is so different. I think I remember the first thing I noticed was, I was quite young, I was like 10 when I moved. And the first thing I noticed was when I'd walk down the street and I'd smile at people would look at me like I'm crazy.
Like, why is she smiling at me?
Yeah, why is she smiling? And I'd be like, what do you mean? Like, you just smile, people smile.
This is how we are.
Or you enter a shop in London and you'd say good morning and people look at you like, why is she speaking to us?
Yeah.
But in Jamaica, you go into a shop, you go into any shop,
Good
you say
morning.
good morning, it's rude if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
It was complete culture shock, completely different, not such a communal vibe. It's completely polar opposite to Jamaica.
And then tell us about, you go from fresh mangoes, pick them off, do what you gotta do. What was your first meal when you got down there?
What was my first? You know what? I went ham on chocolate. That's what I did. I got so chubby when I moved to London because I was just going to the corner shop and eating chocolate and all these sweets that we didn't have in Jamaica. They had
a variety of chocolate. That's right.
Yeah, so that was not dark times. It was dark times. But yeah, I went from that all natural, healthy, vibrant, sunshine lifestyle to dark gray corner shop food and ready meals. And obviously we didn't eat ready meals, but my mom would kill me. But yeah, it was very, very different. It was definitely a complete culture shock.
Yeah, and then you go from there, and then the rain.
Yes, the
rain
weather, and the darkness and the cold, and it wasn't nice. I genuinely have vitamin D deficiency from that move. So So
now you go with this. You go up. You do a phenomenal job. You're winning, and now how's your life taken off from there?
It's really crazy. I'm a completely different person than I was. I can honestly say that. I'm a completely different person than I was before I did Miss Jamaica. Before I did it, my parents always used to worry about me that I was, too sheltered, too unexposed, too not aware enough of the world around me.
Right.
And I think after that, it really opened me up into what it really means to be an adult. Because I think a lot of people boil the whole beauty queen thing down to, oh, she's pretty and she won because she's pretty.
Right.
And they don't assume that there's anything upstairs. And they don't assume that it's very, very difficult to go through all that, to go through the scrutiny, to go through the time management, to go through the discipline you have to do to be everywhere you need to be stretched in 1,000 places at once. It is a difficult experience.
And that's why I want to, touch on this because, so who people know my background, I used to run different pageants and I was in a male pageant before, and I wanted them to know that it's not just a pretty face.
It's not.
You do go through training,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And you do go through a lot of speaking engagements.
Yes.
So I encourage different ladies to go into pageants, to get out of it.
Yes.
And tell us like 2 things before you got into the pageant that you can say you took away from the pageant.
I think it really built my confidence, because before the pageant, part of the reason I did it was because I was so unconfident, because I didn't believe in myself enough to do a competition like this.
Okay.
I didn't believe that I was pretty enough, or that I was skinny enough, or that I was determined enough, or that I had it in me to do something like this, because it was very unlike me to do something like a beauty pageant. I was very much a nerdy just kid, Okay. I wasn't into the fashion or the glitz and the glamour. So I think that really changed. My image of myself changed. I realized that I had the power to do anything I put my mind to. And another thing was, it really changed my discipline. It really taught me how to be an adult, how to manage my time, how to make sure that everything I do on time, I do to a certain degree of quality, I do to my best ability. So it trained me for the adult world. It really did. So,
because a lot of times, you see a lot of young ladies out there now, and we hear what's happening all around the world, but then when you see a lot of the music videos, you see a lot of what girls are into now, and for them to understand that you started off as a queen, you end as a queen, right? Exactly. So whatever you do, you have this instilled in you from your parents, from your grandparents. You're born this way. What do you think it is now that are in young girls' minds? As a beautiful lady that you go out and you see it, because I'm a father of a daughter, I don't see it. Yes. When you go out and you see it, what is the struggle that the young teens have?
I think really my generation is really divided into 2 sets of people. There's the set of people that's very apathetic and kind of just takes on what they're fed by the media and by society as a whole. Right. And then there's the other sect that's completely rebellious and is completely against everything they're seeing and everything they're experiencing in life. So you have the girls who watch the Kardashians and follow the whatever trends, Real Housewives are housewifing at the moment, and they really build their image of the world around that,
what they see.
And that is their aspiration, to be a trophy wife or to be a celebrity who's famous for, we all know what they're famous for.
Yeah.
And I think that is the struggle we face, because we're just force-fed so much about who we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to look up to and what we're supposed to do to be successful. Mm-hmm. And it's taking away from the fact that we all have different paths to pursue. We all have different strengths. We all have different opportunities, and we should capitalize on what we have and what makes us unique and special, and something that helps us contribute to society, not something that's going to make us rich and famous. That shouldn't be anybody's goal. It should be about what you can do to be the best you and how you can impact society.
Because what I think a lot of young, and this goes for young men as well, they don't realize what they impact now can make them famous.
Exactly.
They do different things, people recognize them, and they build from there.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who knows anything knows that Stephen Hawking is way cooler than Kim Kardashian, I would rather be Stephen Hawking, frankly. So, I mean, I think we just need to reprioritize who we see in society as being special or being other or being someone who we look up to. We need to be looking up to the people that contribute to making this world a better place.
Right.
Because what is the point of life if it's just going to be frivolity?
So then here's a question. I have many guests on my show, inspirational speakers, and I find out what they do. Yeah. So what do you do to take Gina from Gina down to Gina uplift? Do you go back in a corner and assess yourself? Do you read a book? What do you do?
I mean, I like to think I am my biggest critic. I scrutinize everything that I do, and I'm so hard on myself because I know that I can push myself. So I always analyze everything that I do to the T and see how I can do better next time.
Okay.
And I'm always learning. That is my favorite thing to do. No matter what I do in life, whether it's reading, whether it's interacting with people, whether it's learning about others, I'm always absorbing information, because that is how you lead a fulfilled life. I think it's honestly, Gandhi said, you know, live as if you were to die tomorrow, or learn as if you were to live forever. Right. And I think that's one of the hugest quotes that I live by, because learning and just making everything in life a learning experience is how we improve. It's how we get better.
So then you do a lot of engagements. You know, we're on Facebook together. We, you know, hit each other on links and stuff. And I always see you speaking. And I think it's phenomenal. I see you speaking to young teens, right? What are you up to? Like, what is Gina up to? Your charities or any events? What are you up to? So
I have 3 charities that I work with mainly at the moment. Obviously, I do speaking engagements outside of that.
Right.
But so I work with a charity called Shashamani Sunrise.
Okay.
It's one that I started working with most recently, and I'm really excited about it because it is a children's charity.
Okay.
So it is aimed at building the education of children who are in small schools that are in rural, difficult to get to areas.
Okay.
We work in 3 countries in the Caribbean and 3 countries in Africa. We do service tours each place at least once a year, if not as many as possible. And we go into these schools and give the kids school supplies, see where they're lacking, see where we can improve. We also go in and teach workshops to the children to just give them some uplifting. So usually the workshops I teach are on self-confidence building, especially as it relates to younger teens. Obviously, little kids don't need self-confidence. They're running around everywhere perfectly happy. But I teach the young girls especially about self-confidence, about what it means to be a strong woman, what it means to have self-respect, what it means to respect yourself enough to push yourself to your limit, push yourself to achieve your goals.
Okay.
Another charity that I work with, which we have in common.
Yes.
I work with the Sickle Cell Support Foundation of Jamaica.
Right.
And I know we're both pioneering for the sickle cell cause.
Right.
And that is a cause that's really dear to my heart because my older brother, he has sickle cell.
Okay.
My mom and I both carry the sickle cell trait.
Right.
And we have been lucky in our family because my brother Jamar, he has for most of his life been a very healthy sickler.
Okay.
I recall him only maybe having 1 crisis when he was younger.
Okay.
So we didn't really understand the impact that it had on most people until about 4 years ago when he had the worst crisis he's ever had, to the point where we didn't know if he was going to live through it. And that really opened my eyes to how lucky we are, but also how much more needs to be understood about this disease and how little people understand it in society. Obviously, it's a more prevalent disease in predominantly black countries and the Mediterranean, people of Arab descent also, but even in those countries where it's prevalent, we don't know much about it.
Right, and that's our job to
teach people, to
awareness.
Educate them. Exactly.
Yeah, we follow each other about the sickle cell disease, and I'm adamant about it here. But just to know that I got a partner in crime, doing
always.
what you got to do is phenomenal. Listen, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back, and then we're gonna get into your last charity. But then we're gonna get into why you're here.
Yes.
There's a big event coming up, multiple events. So I want everybody to know why you're here. You're watching CMJ Live. We'll be right back.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Discover the incredible India.
Hey guys, and we're back. Please reintroduce yourself.
My name is Gina Hargitay, Miss Jamaica World and Miss World Caribbean 2013.
Woo! woo. Okay, no. I honestly, we're gonna go off topic a little bit, but I was honestly, when I first met you, I was so proud. We just met, and I was like, oh, that's my girl. Okay, I gotta get her here, like there, because you do represent, and I love that you're one of us. You just hang out with us. We go bowling. It's just one of us, so I like that. But anyways,
thank you very much.
We're gonna move on. Your last charity.
My last charity.
Yeah.
So this is a charity called Jamaicans Inspired UK. Okay. And it is a diaspora connection program.
Okay.
For which I am the lead ambassador for one of their programs, the Jamaicans Inspired Parish Ambassador Program.
Okay.
So this is basically a program that has a project in each parish.
Okay.
So, and then we have an ambassador in Jamaica and an ambassador in the UK that connect with each other to raise money or to make this parish project work.
Okay.
So each ambassador in Jamaica is a festival queen. Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. We just had the finals just passed, and it was a great event. So.
Okay.
So another great thing about this is it means that none of these festival queens are losers.
Right.
None of them aren't fulfilling a purpose by doing this competition.
Right.
They are all ambassadors for Jamaica, all pushing to improve the community, improve their parish.
So they don't just look there and smile and take pictures.
No.
There's a job. There's a role. Yep. After you win and then you suck all that up and get all your photos.
You're going straight to work.
Get out there.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. So they are ambassadors for Jamaica and for their parishes, and they have a team in the UK, a correspondent in the UK that helps them in any way possible.
Hand in hand, back and
so
forth.
It's really all about Jamaica and Jamaicans, no matter where we are in the world, we are Jamaican and we're giving back to Jamaica.
Okay.
So we're starting in the UK, but we want to expand to Canada, to America, and eventually to Jamaicans everywhere in the world.
Okay. All right. So that's great. Tell them where they can get information of the websites or links or Instagram or any of these charities.
So for Jamaicans Inspired, you can go to jamaicansinspireduk.co.uk. For the Sickle Cell Support Foundation, you just go to their Facebook, Sickle Cell Support Foundation of Jamaica. And then for Shashamani Sunrise, they have an Instagram page just at Shash, that's SHASH, Sun, SUN, Shash Sun.
Okay, so here's the main ingredient, nitty gritty. Let's get into it. Why you flew all the way and leave hot sun?
I know, to this tepid weather.
This is our hot sun. You know what I mean? You feel it? Did you feel it?
I feel it from Jamaica somewhere.
Okay,
far.
so you're still covering.
I think me and the students from the Western Hospitality Institute brought some sun
to us. That's fine. But you are going to heat it up more because there is a special event.
There is.
Tell us a little bit more about the special event.
The special event is called Crescendo.
Okay.
And it is a tourism, travel, and trade show put on by the students of the Western Hospitality Institute of Jamaica.
Okay.
It's a trade show that they put on every year at Seneca College in Scarborough.
Yep.
And this year, the theme or the title is Crescendo because this is the peak we've reached so far. This is going to be the best trade show yet by the Western Hospitality Institute. And it is an opportunity for the students to get a look not just at what it's like in the service industry in Jamaica, but what it's like in the rest of the world. It's giving them experience for markets like Canada, like America, like the UK, so that they're not just thinking island thoughts, they're thinking on a broader global scheme, so that we can have people trained in Jamaica who can go anywhere in the world and excel in their field because they have the experience to do so.
Okay.
And they have been kind enough to invite me as a special guest, and I will be emceeing the event.
All right. Now, this event, I've actually been there 3 times.
Yeah?
It's a special event.
Okay,
when you walk in there, I don't want to give too much away.
Don't.
But you do get a little sample of this.
Yes.
A little taste of this.
Yes.
A little visual of this.
Yes.
Because I went through Travel Chaos.
Yes.
And, big shouts out to you for traveling. And then Philip Rose. So, we went there. It's a different event. You have to go.
Yeah, man.
If you want to know a little bit more about traveling and different areas and different things.
Or if you want to go to Jamaica without paying the flight,
This is the place to be.
This is the place to be.
It is. It's something different. When I first got there, I didn't know what to think of.
Yes.
A lot of people. And the networking.
Yes.
A lot of
great
key people would be there. The networking and the students that are there put out 100%.
Yeah, I mean, and we have some amazing guests like the Consul General of Jamaica to Canada, Mr. Ian Wilkes, and we also have amazing performers like Steve Higgins, one of our Jamaican stars.
Okay.
So we have a lot of exciting things there for you. There's gifts, there's gate prizes, there's a raffle, there's food, there's drink, there's music.
You know what I went for? the bag.
Oh, yes.
Because they stuffed the bag with a little bit of everything.
Yes.
I took my father for the first time. I said, Dad, you have to go. He's like, what is it? I said, just come with me. You know what I mean? He was my guest. And then when he got home and he opened up the bag, my mom and him had a fight trying to get everything out of the bag. Because there's so much things.
So much.
It's educational. And if you a true Jamaican, when they came, he looked, it brought him back home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's little bits of everything in there. So this is happening on Friday, which is tomorrow, on the 18th, and the time is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yes.
All right. Do we have to register, or can we show up, or how does it work?
I'm fairly certain you can just
registration?
I'm pretty sure there's registration.
Okay, so we can go register. Go online. We'll find out. We'll leave it on our hashtag.
Yeah, so actually, registration, you can register from 9 a.m. on the day. If I recall correctly, yes.
Okay, so that's beautiful to let people know. But one more time, where's it happening?
It is at Seneca College in Scarborough.
Okay.
So they are another hospitality school here, as I understand.
Yes.
So they have been kind enough to host the Western Hospitality Institute for the last few years. That is 1750 Finch Avenue, North York, Ontario.
Right, and then just let everybody know, when you get there, go down the hill, go to the back, and around the corner, and if I remember correctly, at the back door. I'm just remember everything. Out there.
It's the first time I've been here, so
yeah, it's at the residence area, if I do believe, right? So go over there,
okay,
and it's phenomenal.
Yes,
all right?
it is. It's going to be a really great event.
One more time. You do not want to miss this. Is happening tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's 1750 Finch Avenue in North York, Ontario. And then you can register and make sure you get there. But also, you have a part 2.
I do.
Okay, so what's happening?
So on Sunday, there's another event. It's a tea party.
Right.
An all-white, all-female tea party.
Right.
Not to exclude the boys, but the women need a little celebration too. We need to be recognized.
Oh, I got to bring one of the boys on with me here.
I mean, the men have had the last 2,000 years of history. The women can have a tea party, yes?
Hold on. First of all, Chelsea, stop smiling back there, okay? Chelsea's my partner in crime, and she's got big smiles out there, okay?
But it's true.
Okay, so what's happening?
So this is an event put on by a prominent chef here from the Jamaican community.
Big shout out,
Chef
Selwyn. Selwyn, yes, big shouts out to you.
It is an event celebrating Black women and their contribution to society. So we're going to be presenting a few prominent women with prizes and recognition, and it's really there to celebrate us as Black women and the women that inspire us and forge our way through the future of society.
Wow. I've seen some pictures when these ladies get dressed up. The hats, the outfits.
I'm really excited about the hats.
It's phenomenal. They look beautiful. Like, they just take it to the next level.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
To give it a thing. Kentucky Derby?
Yes.
When everybody dresses up and thing, Kentucky Derby can't touch this one. I'm telling you. They look fantastic. They come out. It's phenomenal.
Going to be really fun. And I love tea. I love having high tea. It's my favorite. That's the one thing England has infected me with.
All right. So if you want to get there, all right, so info 9, call Selwyn Richards, 647-221-0864. And it's call Selwyn, 647-221-0864. Tell them Charles sent you. You need to get there. You want to. And the thing is, it's tea. And, if Selwyn's putting his hand in it, different flavors.
Oh, my God, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so amazing. We had the pleasure of having some of his food the other day when we did an interview on G98.7 yesterday.
I seen that. And I'm wondering why you didn't bring me my gift bag. But Selwyn, we'll talk about that when I see you. Where's my gift bag? Where's my stuff?
I left it in the car.
Okay, I got you. My girl, I got you. Okay.
But he made us breakfast, and it was phenomenal.
Yes.
I can't imagine what he's going to do on Sunday. I'm very excited.
Okay, so quick question. Mm-hmm. What's next for you?
What is next? Okay, so I just finished my first degree in history and politics.
Right.
And to everybody's confusion, I'm about to do a second bachelor's degree in psychotherapy science.
Okay.
With a view to do psychoanalysis.
Uh-oh. So good thing I interviewed you now.
Yeah,
before
after the second degree. But I mean, I really want to do that because I always wanted to have a way to impact people's lives directly.
Okay.
And one of the things I really enjoy in life is speaking to a person about their problems, helping them work through it. And I think if I can do that from a position of being more informed about how the mind works, how they work, then I can really impact their lives. And by extension, I can impact the lives of people in Jamaica. I really want to use this to help children, help underprivileged children in rural areas who are in really bad positions, help them rethink their situation and find a light at the end of what seems like a very dark tunnel.
Right.
And I want to use it in any way I can to give back to my society.
Okay, so we're almost going to a break. So here's a question I ask all my guests because I want to know your mind. So this is my opportunity to know your mind, right? Go back in time to a young Gina. What would you tell them? What would you tell her?
What would I tell her? I would tell her that at some point you're going to be more comfortable in your own skin.
Okay.
So just stay the track and things get better.
Things get better, yeah. Would you change anything?
No, because I'm so happy with where I am right now. I'm really happy with where my life is going. For a time, it was a really confusing thing. I mean, it always is to grow up. It's a confusing time.
Right.
But I appreciate everybody in my life so much. Everybody who's given me everything, the strength to be where I am. And I really appreciate the opportunities I've been given.
Right.
And honestly, no, I wouldn't change anything because I'm so happy that I'm right here, right now.
See, the reason I asked that because a lot of young teens always like, oh, I wish I did this and my past and this and this is. And I'm trying to tell them it's not about your past. It's what you move forward on. And sometimes learning from your past makes you this great person that you are now.
Exactly.
If you never went to England, if your parents didn't say go and learn and stuff, you would not be sitting here with me today. You might have not won the championship and doing the pageants and doing all the great charities you're doing.
Exactly.
So I applaud you for that.
Thank you very much.
But before we go, we got about 50 seconds left before we go into a break. What's the one hint you would give a young lady?
One hint.
Yes.
I would say the one hint you should take away is never live your life trying to please someone else. Always stay the course that is true to you.
Right.
Because when you are true to yourself and when you don't let other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, other people's ideas of what you should be, you should be, when you let that change you is when you're going to be unhappy.
Okay.
If you're true to yourself and if you really follow passions that you have and follow something meaningful in life, go with a meaningful passion, then you will be fulfilled.
Right.
So don't listen to people too much.
All right. So ladies, if you want more, make sure you head on to this. This is happening on Sunday, right? And the Royal Ambassador. It's a Sunday, August the 20th at 2:30 p.m. and that's sharp, all right? If you want more tickets, more information, 647-221-0864. We're going to come back and take another break, but I have another special guest that's going to join us, and don't go nowhere. You're watching CMJ Live. We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you notice, we've got more guests in the studio. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me, man.
No problem. Introduce yourself.
I'm Steve Higgins. I'm a singer. I sang with Olive Lewin's Jamaican folk singers for over 23 years. And so a lot of what I do worldwide is promote Jamaica's cultural music or authentic Jamaican folk singers, folk music.
Right.
And I also sing other genre of music, everything from classical show tunes from Broadway down to Harry Belafonte island music. And then, Frank Sinatra, Harry Belafonte, the rest of it. I do the whole works. You know how we are in Jamaica.
Yes.
And yes, I'm Jamaican.
You can't just drop that because I'm going to ask you the same questions, right? Tell them the high school you went to, the college.
I'm a country boy. I
Okay.
went to Morant Bay High School
Okay.
in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And went to Cast after that.
Oh, see, now you just blew up right there.
There
know
you
what I mean?
Otherwise called University of Technology now.
Yep.
And then I emigrated to the States. I now live in Florida.
Okay.
So that's my active base. And from there, that's where I operate on my world tours. And yes, I'm here also to participate in Crescendo because a lot of Jamaicans do not, you're Jamaican, right?
Yes,
Good.
background. Yep.
A lot of Jamaicans do not know about their cultural nexus.
Okay.
You know, you hear the songs, you don't know where it comes from,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know what it has to do. But remember, from the days back of slavery, the only thing that the slave owners could not take from us is what's inside of us.
Right.
That's a culture.
Okay.
And culture is not only about music, it's about food.
Yes.
Which is why Gina and I are here to promote the Crescendo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
event.
to eat the food.
That too. That too.
We're gonna do that, but we're on camera, so I have to pretend. So I mean, there are a lot of songs about food,
Right.
You know, like "Dip and Fall Back."
Okay.
I taught the students "Dip and Fall Back" yesterday, and that song "Dip and Fall Back, Dip and Fall Back."
Yeah.
My advice: there is nothing nice like the dip and fall back. It's actually a recipe,
Okay.
you know, and their food's about like Cersei. Go
Oh.
wild Cersei for your belly, right? Where Elena made a mistake and almost poisoned herself. And so there's so many songs. So therefore, we're tying in the culture
Okay.
of having food
Yes.
with authentic Jamaican folk music.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll be introducing other types. We're now abroad, so we have to, satisfy the palate
Okay.
of the developed world.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be doing some standards, some Frank Sinatra type standards, and some other ballads as well.
See, I don't know if they told you, Toronto, we're just, we just want to hear the Jamaican. We just, you know what I mean? They just want to hear it.
Yes, we're gonna have a lot of Jamaican
Okay.
because trust me, if it's about work, there's a work song. If it's
Okay.
about food, there's a food song.
Yeah.
If a man is treating a woman badly, there's a song about that.
Okay.
If a woman is not getting enough cuddling,
Yes.
there's a song about that. There's a gossip song.
Yeah.
There's a song for everything. And guess what? We also have some of the most beautiful
Yes.
music that will challenge
Yes.
any aria from Mozart or from Bach or Beethoven or the rest of them.
Right.
Where our music is just beautiful, and we need to respect it,
Yes.
and we need to promote it, and we need to take care of it.
Okay, so here you go. I'm going to dive right in.
Go
okay?
on, man.
So here we go.
Bring it on.
You're saying respect it, dive in it, learn it, right? But we know when you hear around the world, Jamaica, what's the first thing that anybody thinks of?
Bob Marley or Usain Bolt.
Okay, and it's just straight reggae.
Reggae.
Yes.
But they don't know that, like you're saying now, all the different cultures and the music that we, had a hand in,
Yes.
right? Let me learn a little bit about you now. When did you start learning about music? When did you know singing was going to be your thing?
I never knew singing was gonna be my thing ever.
No.
No. I'm up to recently I was a director for MoneyGram International for the Caribbean region.
Okay.
So yes, I'm in the financial services.
Okay.
And I visited Canada many times to
Right.
from Ottawa all the way down to Leamington and over the west coast to
Right.
Vancouver.
Okay.
And so I was in charge of English, Spanish, French, and Dutch Caribbean, and so I had to do Europe as well.
Okay.
So yeah, singing has always been my passion.
Right.
But from age 10, I've been interested in not only music, and I also play the keyboard, but also in folk music. And so I
okay.
joined the folk singers when I was 19 years old.
Okay.
With Olive Lewin, and joined her on many lecture demonstrations that she did all over the world. And while I sang with her and we toured, I picked up so much sitting at the feet of one of the most revered, one of the most qualified and sought after ethnomusicologists this side of the globe.
Okay.
And so I learned quite a bit from her. And then as I travel, I learned that so many Jamaicans want to know more about their culture.
Yes.
And not only Jamaicans. 2 years ago, Germans. I was in a place called Baden-Baden. I did a recital in Berlin and went to and in Baden-Baden there are like 50 Germans in a hall, and I'm spending the weekend with them, teaching them Jamaican folk music.
Okay.
Remember, the mento rhythm which is a Jamaican folk rhythm, is a basis of reggae and dancehall. And when I go to a place like Salford College up in Manchester, England, and I do Solus Market and morph right into Three Little Birds from Bob Marley, same rhythm, and people go, oh, you know. So that's when I became interested. And then as I traveled the world, not only Jamaicans but non-Jamaicans, they're so intrigued by our music and the fact that the beat, the rhythm, and the sentiment, it hits them straight in the heart.
Now, is that now for us? Of course, you know, I can't talk about rhythms and lyrics without talking about Miss Lou.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, is that the transition part where we start to learn more about it, or was it a stepping stone, or how did that come about?
How did what come about?
Like learning, like you're saying that, you know, as Jamaicans, we just know, okay, we hear Miss Lou, we know of, you know, reggae Bob Marley, and then we know of reggae, but then we stopped. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Maybe we didn't stop as such, but the reality on the ground is that Miss Lou was able to do what she did with a television program.
Right.
It took promotion.
Right.
Bob Marley didn't get any help. He had to go to Germany, and the Germans loved him.
Okay.
He went all over the world. They loved him.
Right.
And then Jamaicans loved him.
Okay.
Because remember, it wasn't always like that.
Yes.
Okay. And so what it takes is the interest, the will, the resources, you know, because there are many other people who are doing folk music and cultural music.
Right.
You know, Olive Lynn remained in the background. Miss Lou had her television program, but it is all documented now. Because in 1963, the then Minister of Culture, the first Minister of Culture in independent Jamaica, he sought after to find the best person to go and interview the country people, the no-teeth people, the no-shoes people, the people in the market, the people, because our history has always been an oral history. Because, again, the Middle Passage, we never had iPads from Africa to the New World. All right? So it's all here. And so we passed on all the recipes, the curry rondong, whatever else we have, our dances, the dinky mini, the whatever it is. You don't know about dinky mini? What?
We don't know the dinky mini?
Yeah, real
Why
city
you
boy.
laughing?
All right. We have to come. We have to come back.
Hold on.
We have to do a segment and teach you about your culture.
But here's the thing. You don't know that on my show, when you put something out there, we have time. You're going to teach us this dance, okay? This is CMJ Live. You don't get away with just dropping it on me without teaching. So make sure. We got time, so keep going.
All right. So I mean, there's kumina.
Oh, yeah?
Right? And there's a certain dance that you do for weddings as well. And but anyway, so I'm talking about the dances, the music, the foods, right? The beliefs, because there are some beliefs about what happens to the spirit when it leaves the body. And there are some songs that are sung to allow the spirits to soar to the heavens. You know? And so there's so many things that I learned and just documented. So in 1963, the then Minister of Culture saw that a lot of our old habits or old traditions and practices were being diluted by the influences from America
or different
and
songs
continue to be today.
Exactly.
And they continue to be today.
And some people are ashamed of it, you know. I'm sure nobody in Canada, in the diaspora in Canada, but some people are ashamed of our. Anyway, so because it was vanishing, you know, it is necessary to. There's a saying: if an old man dies, a book is lost.
Yes.
You know, and there are songs,
the knowledge, what he's learned, passed down from generation to
exactly.
generation.
Exactly. And so it had to be collected, properly documented. The music had to be transcribed. It had to be arranged, etc. And that is where some of our cultural giants come from. Professor Rex Nettleford, a giant of the dances. Louise Bennett, a giant for the dialect. Olive Lewin, a giant for the music, you know, and there are certainly a lot more, you know, and sometimes there are things that you talk about, you know, even words that you talk and you don't know the origin of it. It's now documented because of people like Olive Lewin, Rex Nettleford, Louise Bennett at a place called the Memory Bank. And that is at the Institute of Jamaica downtown. Because every interview that Olive did, because she had to go into the deep recesses of every city, every town in Jamaica, interview these people with a little tape recorder and those cassettes, you know, with all the information. Mr. Siaga was the first minister, by the way, of culture, and there are a lot of those right now. So you can go and listen to some of them, the actual interviews, and learn some more about your culture. And Dinky Mini.
Yeah, I gotta find that one. So before, tell them one more time where, because this is very interesting. Like not knowing, and even myself, right?
Yeah.
Where can they go to learn more about that? Where's, you said there's a bank?
Okay, it's a memory bank.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, can you reach that CD for me, please? It's a memory bank which is a part of the Institute of Jamaica downtown.
Right.
So next time you go to Jamaica for some jerk pork and fish and festival and beach and the rest of it, go to the memory bank. Take your child there. Right. And teach them some of the music, some of the old habits, etc. And I asked you to pass this CD because of some of the songs.
Okay.
This long time girl me never see you.
Yes.
It's a greeting song.
Right.
Because nobody ever say peel Junkers sit down Panchita pick up blossom.
Yeah.
Junkers love carcass, right? There's finger. Finger to finger is about banana. Lakatan finger. Gros Michel finger.
Yeah.
Right? People don't talk about them, you know, which banana soft and which, you know?
Yeah, and my mommy taught me about that the other day, actually. She was telling me about the different kinds of banana and talking, cause
that's because your mother's a good country bumpkin.
It's true. She comes from Clarendon, you know? But she was really great because she really did teach us about our culture. And I'm lucky that I know more than most people who don't live in Jamaica.
But you know the funny thing is, I'm a professional MC. I do shows all around as well. It's funny when one person starts singing with an actress or something and starts singing that one song.
I know.
You hear another person jump in, someone else jump in. But the funny thing is, nobody would have started singing unless you put that one person start and then everybody jumps in.
Waganis.
Right? Yeah. So listen, we're going to take one more break before we came back. And I want to know, what is it about the lyrics, or is it the song, or the beat? You know what I mean?
All.
Like, you know, when we're sitting there, you could have a bunch of Caribbean Jamaicans, and then if one...
Look here.
Yeah. So listen, don't answer yet. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
All right, guys, we're having a great time, and I dropped a bomb. I asked a question. We're all jumping in the studio with everybody in the studio. But before I do that, please run down the line. Introduce yourself one more time.
No, pretty one first.
Oh, I'm Charles Math. No, I'm good.
That was good.
Yeah, I like that. All right, there we go.
That was a good one. My name is Gina Hargitay, Miss Jamaica World, Miss World Caribbean 2013.
And I'm Steve Higgins. I'm a singer, a musician, and a Jamaican entertainer.
All right, so I asked the question. You know, we have special guests in the studio as well, and one's yelling at one. I asked, is it the beat? Or is it the lyrics? What is it that, you know, when we drive it, what do you think it is?
I know that the basis of a song has to be the rhythm.
Okay.
And therefore, especially with the Jamaican rhythm, which is influenced largely by the African haunting rhythms and also punctuated by our British heritage as well. The rhythm starts everything.
Right.
No. You build upon the rhythm with your melody.
Okay.
After the melody comes the lyrics. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are certain people who the lyrics will mean more to them because it resonates so deeply with an experience, a lost one, whatever. And so they'll remember the lyrics. And so over time, the lyrics will mean more to them.
Right.
However, that is their conscious mind. Their subconscious mind has already processed the rhythm, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
You know? And then the melody, some melodies will, you ever doing some work and music can change your moods, you know that?
Yes.
Right? So the melody can hit you hard as well,
Right.
depending on what you're going through.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in love and all that kind of stuff. You know? And so depending on your walk in life at that particular time.
Yes.
But make no mistake. And let me tell you about the rhythm. Once we're at a school in England, I mean, I'll be very quick. Once we're at a school in England and they're 10, 11, 12-year-old children, and we're, don't board the wrong train, hallelujah, board the wrong. We clap off the beat, right?
Hold on. Rewind that again. We clap
Off the beat.
On the upbeat.
Let me do
Okay.
another. Key man, key man, key man, key. That's off the beat.
Okay.
The white children were key
Yeah,
man,
okay, yeah,
key
okay,
man,
yeah.
key.
I knew where you're going with it. That's why I said rewind it again. I knew where you're going
You know?
with it.
And that is why that is part of the differences in how we interpret, how we feel music. We
Right.
talk about music being in our souls,
Yeah.
running through our bodies and our veins.
Right.
The other thing is that we have a thing called syncopation. Come we go down, come we go down, come we go down.
Yeah.
A soulless market.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
A lot of white people can't do that.
You know what's funny?
But it's true.
No,
but it
hold
is
on.
true. It is true.
Listen, we have friends and whatever, and it's amazing to me. It's like, and I always wanted to know. You know what I mean? Are we hearing a different beat? Are we seeing like the lyrics? We can't say we hear different lyrics, but what beat do our culture hear and a different culture doesn't hear? Because you can hear, but then they didn't hear this part. They heard.
Yes. Guess what? That is a mental beat. Because mental beat, come we go down, come we go down.
Okay.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the loudest part. Da-da-da-dum, da-dum, bam, bam,
Right.
dum, ba-da-dum, dum, bam. So,
Yeah.
same thing. Come we go.
Because
Beat
it's
your
the
rhythm.
emphasis on the third.
Go down.
But
Come
it's the
we
same
go
for
down.
reggae.
It's the same thing.
There's emphasis on the third
And
beat.
it's, okay.
So
Okay.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I can grab all my friends from work and show them exactly.
Yeah. I mean, no, because I did music in high school and they literally broke reggae down to that. And they taught all the children, okay, so this is why it sounds like this. They taught us that it's a 4-beat bar, but it's emphasis on the third note. So you literally
Okay.
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I guess we just intrinsically hear it and we're just like,
Okay.
we
This
just go
is,
along.
you went to a good high school, darling.
Thank you.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing
Right.
that I told the students yesterday.
Okay.
We have been brought up
To just recognize it.
on such a princely and
Yeah.
princessly royal heritage,
Okay.
and we do not know it.
Yes.
We instinctively do basic things that are basic to us,
Right.
and the world go, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's difficult for them. But we just need to know who we are.
It's innate for us,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So now at this event, right? Just pull it right up real good because you're talking about who we are. You know, upliftment.
Of
We talked
course.
about the beats. We talked
Yes.
about singing. This is an all-in-one show.
It is.
All right. Just people just meet you now just to hear you speak. You're the MC. You know, give them what you're doing all around the world, and then music from all around the world. But not only are you a guest, you do have CDs. So I just want to promote these CDs real quick.
Oh, lovely.
Which one was your Which one was your first one, real quick?
This was my first.
That was your
the
first
Jamaican
CD.
folk music was my
Okay.
first CD.
And why did you come up with that one first?
I came up with this one because I felt a need for us to tell our children about our culture.
Okay.
We need to tell them about the ring games. There's a brown girl in the ring, tra la 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 la. Boney M took that and did something totally different.
Right.
You know, Harry Belafonte did Deo,
Yeah.
right? But it's really a work song
Okay.
because
Yep.
they work through the night and
Yeah.
daylight and they want to go home.
Home, yes.
You know,
Yeah.
but the words are really different.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of other songs that we need to really tell our generations to come. Okay. And remember, if it's not recorded, it never happened.
Right.
So that's why I did this one first.
Because it does seem like the younger generation is very detached from our culture. I mean, people my age usually don't. They don't know these songs.
I know.
And you know the funny thing is, I'll tell you a story, but I know growing up, and I think all of us do the same thing. It's a Sunday. Mm-hmm. My dad would go to the record player, look for that record, take that record out, play it. I knew when he played that record, me and my brothers and sisters get out. Right? That was his song with my mom. That's her favorite song. And then to this day, songs will be playing, and I just start singing it.
Yeah.
And all my friends look at me and go, why do you know that song? Mm-hmm. Why do you know that beat? I'm thinking, isn't that everybody? That's just your culture. Like, my grandmother played it. We all played it. You know what I mean? And not even that. You know, we are a faith family, right? Mm-hmm. So when I'm thinking, it's running over, it's running over, my cup is full and running over. And I'm thinking, why doesn't everybody know this? You know? Since the Lord say, I'm thinking, isn't that a norm kind of thing? But it's, again, it goes with the cultural aspects of it, right?
Yes.
So then you went into...
This was the second one. It's Sacred.
Okay.
And Sacred has a lot of our songs, including songs done by Noel Dexter, one of our musical geniuses. And it has the national anthem of Jamaica.
Okay.
And that was, of course, written by Sir Hugh Sherlock, who was my church brother.
Okay.
You know, so that one. But it has Aurora Blue Mountain, a beautiful Jamaican song. It has Parakeet. I heard a parakeet in the garden.
Yes.
It was Judas betraying the master. He was selling him for 30 pieces of silver. But of course, it had things like the Lord's Prayer to the Malot setting, etc. And this one, All For You, we're about to launch All For You in Florida next week Sunday. It has a number of favorites with Frank Sinatra, like The Way You Look Tonight.
Okay.
It has Fly Me to the Moon.
Okay.
It has Misty. It has Wise Men Say Only Fools Rush In, that kind of stuff, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, and are you going to sneak in? Because this looks like this is ladies only, so you can hang out with me afterwards. All right. So you're performing in here.
I'm performing for the tea party.
How'd they let you in then?
Because I told them I had a white shirt.
I hear there might be some sort of tent somewhere that the men can
oh, so you just
congregate in.
So you just perform, but then you're out.
Then he's back in the tent.
I serenade them, and I'm the drone bee.
Okay, so make sure you're there on time at 2:30 on Sunday. There's going to be a tea party to hear this beautiful man, sing beautiful songs. But if you miss it, you miss it because
it's going to be fantastic. Okay, it's going to be world class actually.
It really is.
All right,
and there's also a cruise as Ellie and Friends, and you can just go onto ellieandfriends.com. It's a Caribbean jazz cruise. It's going to be quite elegant as well.
And that's another Chef Selwyn event.
Yeah.
All right, so Selwyn doing big things in the studio.
Yes.
We have about 2 minutes left. So before you're on CMJ Live, and on CMJ Live, what we do is called a shout out.
Okay.
So this is your 30 seconds of fame to shout out all your family and friends and whoever you want to shout out.
Oh, okay. Darn.
I know.
All right, Jackie Phipps. Hey, Jackie, I'm in Toronto. Steve and Nikki Morel. Hey, I'm in Toronto. Who else? Aunt Norma, I'm here. Aunt Cindy, I'm here. I didn't tell anybody I was coming in. You put me in trouble on TV.
It's kind of late now. You know what I mean? Worldwide, you just see.
I can't. Hey, Zena, my cousins. I have so many cousins here. All right, all my friends who know Annie McCachron. I'm here. Annie Day, she got married. Sorry.
See, this is your tester when you win the Oscar.
Oh my God.
You got to make sure you're there.
Yeah.
All right. Gina, you're up.
Well, I mean, obviously I have to give a shout out to my mommy, who's always with me. A shout out to my PR lady, Jackie Knight Campbell, with her events management company, Top Class. A shout out to my aunt, who's here, Auntie Carlene and her family. A shout out to my uncle, who's been so great to us since we've been here, Johannes Campbell. Shout out to my daddy, who's equally as supportive as my mommy, but just not as able to travel. And shout out to my siblings, Jamar, Jovi, Stevie. Who else? I feel like if I name one friend, I'm going to have to name them all.
Exactly.
So shout out to all my friends. You know I love you. You know who you are.
I tell everybody, just say, if you're on my Facebook, shout you out today.
Yes,
There you go.
yes.
That's right. That's
There
right.
you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I learned
All my
something.
Facebook friends, all my Instagram followers.
Yeah, check the Facebook. Check Steve Higgins band, Steve Higgins Music, or log on to www.stushproductions.com.
Oh, Lord, he said Stush Productions.
Stush
Wicked.
Productions,
All right.
yes.
And then where can they catch you before you go?
You can catch me on my fan page on Facebook. That's Gina H. Or on Instagram, that's Gina Kimani. That's Gina Kimani. And you can find all my other information on there.
All right. Listen, show's phenomenal. Quick question, though. We want these CDs. Where can we get them?
Here. They'll be at the event all weekend.
Okay.
And again, you can get them on stushproductions.com. They'll be on CD Baby. The middle one is on CD Baby right now as well. But Stush Productions, STOOSH Productions with an S.com. And by next week, there'll be a SteveHigginsProductions.com as well.
Okay. And for more information, pretty soon, you can go to my brand new website that'll be launching in 4 days, CMJLive.com. CMJLive.com. We're going to put all the links and all your charities. We'll go on my show so everybody can get it. CMJLive.com. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine.
All right.
Pleasure's
Sweetie,
mine.
you know I love you already, okay? This is family. All right, guys, thank you for watching. It's been a fun time, and I hope you learned a lot of stuff. And we will see you on the next show. You're watching CMJ Live. Thanks for watching.
Bye.